My name is Christian Mehta, and I'm a member of the Carnegie Council. I love the Council because of the opportunity it provides me to be exposed to thinkers and leaders from around the world and to broaden my perspective. But we need your help. To ensure the future of programs such as these, please support the Council's fund drive. Visit carnegiecouncil.org and click Donate/Join. Thank you.
I think communication has changed overall, and I always challenge when I speak to universities, schools, and classes that how do you define communication today? And I always go around the room and I say, tell me what the definition of a producer would be today. Tell me what the definition of a reporter is today. And tell me what the definition of a director or a news outlet is today. And who takes ownership of the communication and the information, and what is believable, what is authentic, and what is trustworthy and what isn't. And in this space, ethics plays a very important role because really the news comes from anywhere. We've seen individuals in countries change the course of a country, starting with one that becomes many. And so what I mean by that is mass communications was once defined as sort of one to many, and today what you find in communications is we've moved from many to many, many to one to one as well. And so for me, it isn't really about just pushing messages, which was what you really found in corporations and governments around the world, was the push of the message, the control of the message. We've really moved to where it's more of a dialogue now and not a monologue. We've moved to where there's far more interactivity and far more validation to what's being said. The other thing we know today is that the wisdom of a crowd is more exact and precise than any other measure that you will have statistically. And so the idea that the crowd will come to a conclusion based on the information, the wisdom of what they define as the outcome will be more exact than any other measurement. And so what you find today is, I don't think there's real concern in the idea that we're in this conversation, this dialogue. I think we're finding that transparency, authenticity become far more important, and the idea of engagement becomes important. Because when you think about how that world of communications has changed, it's one in which you can't hide today. And I really believe that companies today that believe through crisis, being reactive to their communication, are only building a one-way communication monologue with their customers will eventually fail. And I think it's more of a proactive approach to communications within these organizations and/or countries, and it's one in which you know you have ultimately complete transparency and you need to be authentic. And so much of what marketers and communicators and PR professionals have done in the past is it's really about controlling the message, pushing the message, and spinning the message. Today, it's a lot less about that. It's more about listening, and it's more about entering the dialogue, and it's more about being responsive. And what we find is the companies that are ultimately very responsive and very proactive do far better.